Meek Mill is firing back on Twitter after a leaked video of him with Diddy at his 27th birthday party went viral. The footage, originally obtained by the Daily Mail, captures Meek and Diddy dining on sushi served off the body of a nude model. Later in the video, Diddy and Meek Mill can be heard engaging in some highly questionable activities. In a desperate attempt to remove the footage from the public eye, Meek is reportedly scrambling to track down the source of the leak, allegedly even offering $100,000 for information. Rumors are swirling that Meek Mill and Diddy were secretly involved, which could explain why they were often seen wearing matching outfits. Now with Diddy behind bars, their alleged relationship is being brought to light, leaving Meek deeply concerned about the impact on his career.
He did not. It did not say Meek Mill name. Wait. Oh, hold up. Never mind. Wait, what the fuck? I forgot. Look, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper 5. That's redacted. Look, 5. He's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Yo, Meek. We were playing around with that Michael Rubin shit, but if you don't, you've been tweeting about everything on planet Earth. If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this nigga is saying that you and Diddy were fornicating. What the fuck? Meek?
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Meek Mill was first linked to Diddy after Lil Rod mentioned him in his lawsuit. The lawsuit alleged that Diddy had a sexual relationship with a Philadelphia rapper who had dated Nicki Minaj, performed at the Super Bowl, and held a successful Las Vegas residency. Meek Mill fits the description, adding fuel to the speculation. To make matters worse, insiders close to Diddy have come forward, claiming they personally witnessed Meek and Diddy engaging in questionable activities.
But going back to the lawsuits, one of those plaintiffs that has sued Combs was Rodney Little Rod Jones, a music producer who apparently worked with Combs on his latest album called Love. Jones says he lived with Combs for a year and witnessed what he claimed was not only debauchery, but also illegal activity. In his lawsuit, Jones named some very well-known celebrities like Cuba Gooding Jr., who he claims sexually assaulted him on a yacht that Combs had rented for a holiday cruise in 2022. Other celebrities' names are redacted from the suit. For example, the lawsuit reads, quote, rapper redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls, sex workers. Then in a footnote it says, he is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Now, based on that, online sleuths quickly deduced that that suit was likely talking about Meek Mill. He dated Nicki Minaj for a couple years between 2015 and 2017, and he was her opening act on a world tour. Once people decided that the lawsuit was referring to Meek Mill, these rumors started to circulate about his possible involvement or participation in Combs' activities.
Diddy reportedly took Meek Mill on a shopping spree before the two were seen wearing matching outfits. According to 50 Cent, Diddy initially extended the same offer to him, but he declined, questioning why a grown man would take another man shopping. After 50 turned him down, Diddy allegedly took Meek instead, and that's when their rumored relationship began. Meek became a regular at nearly all of Diddy's parties, but now, with 36 lawsuits piling up against Diddy, Meek is desperately trying to distance himself and avoid being implicated.
Can I just say?
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is really happening. I'm just saying it. No, stop. Stop it. You set that up. Look, you set that up. This he's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
Honestly, was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. It was odd. Like, this is some of the things that people say. Like, guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow, they
Like,
found Kendrick and Wifey.
Yo, Sal, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know.
Yo, Sal.
It's real life.
Real life.
Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Meek Mill took to X to address the rumors linking him to Diddy, claiming someone is working behind the scenes to push a false narrative. He offered $100,000 for an investigative team to uncover who's influencing the media's coverage of him and his connection to Diddy. However, fans weren't convinced, with one replying, "Bro, it's your actions. You're the one keeping this story alive. Now cash at me my $100,000. You were in a pool with Diddy calling him boss. How else do you expect people to see it?"
Meek Mill himself has been vocal about his name being brought up alongside allegations of abuse, drug use, sex with underage girls. He has claimed online that his success in the industry, as well as his work to reform the criminal justice system, has made him a target. And Meek Mill is very active on X, formerly Twitter. He has voiced his thoughts about the lawsuit as well as the rumors. In September, he tweeted, quote, "From the streets of Philly to becoming a millionaire, to helping reform the system, to bridging a gap of billionaires, to interacting with the rap culture that results in success, it's a lot of people hating on me on the low. They don't play with guns, they do campaigns." And he also tweeted several times about the rumors surrounding his sexuality. For example, one tweet reads, "I have the right to say I ain't gay, and I'll trash anybody that play with my manhood, LOL." Then earlier this week, he put an offer on the table, a $100,000 reward for anyone who can figure out how he got named in Rodney Jones' lawsuit in the first place. He tweeted, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100K cash, to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill named to Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek, anything to do with Buddy." And then in quotes, "something not right." And then he followed that up minutes later with, "The streets know what's up with me. That's not the case. We talking about business side, somebody powering these bad campaigns with Meek Mill. Again, I got $100K for a thorough investigation of what's powering and how exactly my name connect to this."
In the music industry, there are no true friends, which is why Meek Mill is now keeping his distance from Diddy. According to DJ Academics, many assumed Diddy's case would blow over and never expected it to escalate this far. Few believed that someone as influential as Diddy would actually end up behind bars. But as more evidence continues to surface, the rappers associated with him are growing increasingly concerned about the fallout and are doing everything they can to distance themselves.
Well, Meek Mill had a video recently. He was walking around someplace, and he said, "No Diddy."
No Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You heard?
That shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you saw that?
No, I seen it.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't really know Diddy your way out of that photo. You got the matching outfit with Puffy. You can't know Diddy your way out of that. But I guess it's a little disappointing is that it seemed like Meek Mill was an actual friend.
There's no friends in the industry, Vlad.
But it seemed like they were actually had a relationship.
There's no friends in the industry, Vlad. There ain't no friends in the industry. I think a lot of people, you see all the silence we hearing now? I think Ray J kind of said, even though Ray J's kind of going a little cuckoo recently. Love him. But here's there's a lot of people silent. And there's three reasons. One, they got some skeleton in their closet. They're like, let me not jump in because I don't want them to look at me. Two, some of them was at these parties and they may have freaked off a couple girls with Diddy.
Yeah.
And
Or
three,
guys.
Well, or guys, right? And the third version is literally them trying to figure out, like, I don't want to be against this guy if he beats it. So everybody's been watching it. So they're watching it and they'll be like, shit. We're like 23 lawsuits in. Yes.
More than that. That was over 120.
No,
I see what you're saying.
They haven't all filed it. They haven't all filed.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're a bunch of lawsuits in, right? And I think now people will realize, man, f- that friendship. It's time to save our own ass. That's the only part I like about with Meek Mill. Nobody ever accused Meek Mill of doing a crime. People accuse Meek Mill of being homosexual and doing some freak acts with Diddy. Let's be clear.
Joe Rogan has also weighed in on the Meek Mill situation.
Here we go, guys.
Here we
All
go.
right. So you know how like well
You know, we all heard about this yesterday. He came in and he goes, P. Diddy definitely f***ed everybody and did this and raped everyone. And then we're like, well, how do you know? He's like, ugh, I read. Not really. It doesn't mean anything. You're always reading somebody else's numbers.
So what is?
But that's what you can do in comedy. Is that is enough to checkmate most comedians?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
I read, and you go,
You're
he
not
does
wrong.
read. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's just a funny thing to say because you could also be like admitting the ridiculousness of it yourself while saying I read. You know, because it's kind of an admission. Like I'm not there. I didn't go to the freak off.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody goes, I was one of these parties and man, P. Diddy was like, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go fuck Meek Mill in the butt. But like, that's never gonna happen. No one comes out and says
So
that.
if you're looking at that, what makes you conclude that he definitely was doing that?
Because he basically the first time they ever met, he presented him with the Steele dossier, which had all of the like dirt.
That's the pee-pee stuff, right?
Yeah, all the pee shit in it. Or I shouldn't say shit. There was no shit alleged, just piss.
Russian piss.
Yes, alleged Russian piss. Yes, that's the aspect Jay wants to make sure.
Is that what collusion means?
Something like that. And then
And he plays so dirty. They play dirty like a movie.
it's pretty crazy.
Andrew Schultz even spoke with Meek Mill about the Diddy situation and publicly showed his support, stating that,
I don't think Meek is gay. I do not think Meek is gay. But he is incredibly bad at proving he's straight. He is maybe the worst in history at doing that.
Meek Mill responded by saying, "The first time I laughed at the gay rumors, but don't play with me in real life. I might swing low."
Why you be going at Meek Mill on social media then?
I love Meek. I always
No, you
tell
don't. You
Meek,
always talk about you love somebody.
I love Meek.
And be butchering them on.
Where did I butcher him?
Man, you
I
know what
love
you said.
Meek. Meek, I love you. I'm the only one on social media saying he's not gay.
But you did say you have a hard time proving that you're straight, though.
I said he did a bad job.
Yes.
Which he laughed at. He laughed at the joke. He's like, this is the first time I laughed at somebody saying I'm funny.
You just like, so not as long as it's a name, you gonna go back and forth with him, huh?
Yeah, if it's somebody if somebody's using me for my name, I'm not gonna go back and forth.
Right.
But if it's big enough that like,
Right.
you know, sure, I'll do it.
Right.
Also, if there's a, but Meek did nothing to me, by the way. Like honestly, he's really innocent in all this, and I do support him. I do think that he gets an unfair shake. I think he gets like trolled a lot, and I think he's probably like a good guy.
Right.
So I always say leave Meek alone, even though I do make some.
Big Homie CC claims that Meek Mill is struggling to prove he's straight because according to them, he isn't. Allegedly, Meek's Amazon account was linked to his Twitter, and a purchase of an intimate item was mistakenly posted on his X account. Interestingly, despite all of Meek's posts addressing the situation, he has yet to directly deny the allegations. Big Homie CC suggests this is because Meek knows that if he lies about Diddy, the feds might expose incriminating evidence.
Meek Mill had his Amazon account connected to his Twitter. The man on there buying dildos and it's getting posted to his Twitter account. I just purchased this 10-inch dildo. So like, I really don't want to talk about Meek Mill. You feel me? I just don't think Meek Mill is a bright guy, period. Like, I just feel like Meek Mill is the dude who will end up someplace trying to be with the who's who and be like, wait a second. I don't know what's going on. He one of them type of guys, bro.
I don't want to say his name. I'm still on the contract with him. Let me be careful here. Let me be careful here, man. Let me be careful, because that stuff about Diddy real, bro.
Well, what do you think about the Meek Mill accusations?
Okay. Now, you know, I used to bodyguard Rocky Fresh, who was signed to Rose.
Yep.
All right. Now, Meek said he wouldn't do a song with Rocky because Rocky wasn't street. Right. So, little things that take place, and people will expect certain things out of him. But now, with some of this stuff coming out, if you look at his body of work, it's been strange things in his history. So then, you go on his Twitter page, you click on his likes, bro. You see things that he's liking. That's questionable. Would you come up in here with a matching shirt with me?
Hell no.
Hell no. Ace, would you pop out with a matching shirt with me, bro? Styles, put that on something. You gonna pop out with? No, boy, it's not going like that, bro. Would you let me call you daddy?
Hell no.
No, bro. I've been saying this for years. I say, man, these boys strange, bro. The things they into is strange. I've seen so much. I've seen a lot, bro. So like with him, look how he responded to the situation. Not one time did he come out and say these things are a lie. Did you see that?
Yep.
He didn't say that.
He didn't deny it.
No, he didn't deny nothing. Because if he deny it, what's gonna come out? Footage.
You think Diddy has footage on Meek?
For sure. He got cameras through his whole crib.
Prosecutors have confirmed that tapes seized during the raid on Diddy's home will be presented as evidence in court. No argument from Meek or Diddy will hold up once the public sees them on tape together. So far, 8 of these recordings have already been handed over to the FBI, while hundreds more are reportedly being circulated on the dark web.
The trial starts and the jury sits. Will they be shown these tapes?
100%.
Will they have to watch it in court? Like during the...
100% in court in front of a room of people. And so that's the other thing that's awful. They are going to be watching basically porn for hours on end in front of people. So in front of victim one, whoever it may be, there's going to be porn played in the federal courtroom.
And victim one would have been made aware of this.
Oh, 100%. She's probably being told right now, like, this is going to be played in open court. Your sex history, your sex life is going to be talked about in open court. All of this.
And presumably then she knows that and she's pushing forward because she hasn't withdrawn.
But don't forget this. It doesn't matter if she does or she doesn't. This isn't the civil case. This is the criminal case. So she could flat out tell the federal government, I don't want to participate. And they can say, we don't care. This is a crime. Crimes are against the United States, not against them. Keep calling her victim one, but don't forget, she's a witness to a crime. So it doesn't matter if she went to them in today and said, I'm not participating. Their response, we don't care. Get you on the stand.
Sources close to Diddy claim that rappers in Philadelphia have long been aware of his connection with Meek Mill. Gan Deal, who has friends that previously worked with Meek, alleges that people in the neighborhood always knew the truth but chose to stay silent. Now, many see through the image Meek is portraying, believing it's only a matter of time before Diddy reveals everything.
Meek Mills. Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood whereas that he's dressing the same shit. He dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down.
Meek Mill isn't the only artist facing scrutiny over ties to Diddy. Will Smith, Rick Ross, Usher, and DJ Khaled are also under fire after footage from Diddy's New Year's party went viral. Will Smith has already denied the allegations during a concert in San Diego, while the others have remained silent. Meanwhile, Diddy's alleged former associate, Jonathan, has spoken out, making shocking claims about what Rick Ross and DJ Khaled were involved in during their time with Diddy.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. Y'all can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people get so many things. People say so much stuff, but you know that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies. Okay, they're gay.
Who?
Both Diddy and Ross and Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No.
Hamas supporter. Okay. I had this with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you said.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Diddy's so-called friends have already distanced themselves, and now his legal team is following suit. His attorney, Anthony Rico, has filed a motion with Judge Arun Subramanian, stating that he can no longer represent Sean Combs under any circumstances. Additionally, the law firm that has worked with Diddy for over 30 years has also dropped him as a client.
He's doing fine. It's a difficult circumstance. He's making the best of the situation.
A situation one of Diddy's attorneys won't be part of moving forward. Anthony Rico announcing in court docs, under no circumstances can he continue defending the embattled rapper.
This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
In a motion filed on Thursday, Rico stopped short of revealing why he's stepping down from Diddy's legal team, just months ahead of the music mogul's scheduled trial date in May for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, all of which Diddy's denied.
You know, Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
That's Rico speaking up late last year for his now former client. ET's learned the attorney's exit will not affect Diddy's other attorneys, nor their defense strategy.
I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective.
You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me.
After Diddy was arrested, Rico said he provided a high level of legal representation, but now, for reasons unknown, he can under no circumstances effectively serve in the upcoming trial.
Nobody's okay with staying in jail from now.
and high-profile death penalty attorney Anthony Rico. Now, while the pair joined around the same time, Anthony in a court filing on Friday said he's leaving the case. In the filing, Anthony Rico said, quote, "For the reasons set forth below, this motion for withdrawals is filed so that Sean Combs may move forward with his defense and to commence jury selection and trial without any delay. As a result of discussion with lead counsel Mark Agnifilo, this motion for withdrawal of counsel is filed. While I am aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted, there are sufficient reasons related to protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case. Although I have provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs," end quote. Now, essentially in legalese, I quit, but I can't go into details because of attorney-client privilege. According to the filing, though, the defense shakeup won't delay the case. Diddy will continue with 5 attorneys. That's Mark Agnifilo, Tinny Garagos, Alexandra Shapiro, Jason A. Driscoll, and Anna Esteval. Now, a judge still has to sign off on the motion, but with the government taking no position on it and the fact Anthony Rico spoke with Mark Agnifilo about it before filing the motion, a judge will likely sign off.
Federal prosecutors have expanded Diddy's case by adding 2 more victims in a superseding indictment. While the indictment does not disclose their identities, court documents suggest that one of them could be Diddy's former employee, Philip Pines.
Basically means that the previous charges have been updated and the government have added new details to the case. They've expanded either the charges against someone, which isn't what's happened here, or they have added new detail about the alleged crimes, which is what is happening in this particular case.
So what's new, what's different in this superseding indictment?
There are no new charges against Diddy. Like you said, he's still accused of sex trafficking, of racketeering and transportation for the purposes of prostitution. But what the prosecutors have done is expanded the case with more details. They've added 2 new female victims, and they've also said that the alleged crimes took place over a longer time frame than they'd initially said. It now runs from 2004 to 2024, whereas before it had just been a 16-year time span.
And you mentioned there about adding new victims. That's victim 2 and victim 3 referred to in this indictment, but we already had a victim. We had victim 1. They're still in it?
Yes, that's right. So victim 1 is the case that they built the federal prosecution on.
And they say about these 3 victims, Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power of the Combs global enterprise to intimidate, threaten and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force and coercion to cause victims, including but not limited to 3 female victims, 1, 2 and 3, to engage in commercial sex acts. In connection with the commercial sex acts, Combs provided the victims with, among other things, monetary payments, career opportunities and payments of rent and housing expenses.
Philip Pines, Diddy's former executive assistant for nearly 5 years, is now suing him, alleging that he was forced to organize extravagant parties known as Wild King Nights. According to the lawsuit, during one of these events, Diddy even pressured Philip to engage in intimate acts with a model as a test of his loyalty.
This morning, new details allegedly inside Diddy's world before his shocking arrest. The entertainment mogul now behind bars for federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges.
It was a circus. He did whatever he wanted, and we were just at his disposal.
Phil Pines was Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. He says his then boss asked him to purchase supplies for parties dubbed Wild King Nights.
We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine. Those requests started to become more frequent.
Pines claims many of these parties involved younger women.
A lot of times you have him with a younger female. There's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand the consent.
But what do you all think? Is Meek Mill truly innocent, or is he just trying to save face? And who do you believe leaked the footage in the first place? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update, because trust me, this story is far from over.